In today's video, I'll be revealing the optimal retirement age, a number that's often oversimplified in traditional advice, and why getting it right can be the difference between stretching every dollar or enjoying a comfortable, worry-free retirement. After studying well over 1,000 plus retirees and analyzing what their actual outcomes were, what I noticed is that there's a consistent pattern. The gap between when people expect to retire and when they actually retire, it's one of the most overlooked causes of financial disruption. And that's why today's video breaks down the critical age milestones that shape retirement timing. It explains why there's no perfect universal retirement age, and it shows you how to determine your own optimal retirement age based on your personal and financial situation. So let's dive in. A lot of people go into retirement planning thinking that they're going to stop working around 65 or 67, but here's the thing. Most folks actually retire about 61 years old, and that's not just a small difference. Those 4 to 6 years can really throw things off. You've got fewer years to save, and you've got more years that your money needs to last. And a lot of the time, early retirement isn't even a choice. It might be a health issue, a job loss, or needing to take care of a loved one. Whatever the reason, it can lead to years of financial pressure that maybe we didn't see coming. Now look, in other videos, I've talked a lot about the benefits of retiring earlier if you're in a position to do so, but this is the other side of that coin. Retiring early is only a good thing if you're financially ready, because when that early retirement is forced on you, say maybe you have a job loss or a health issue, it can throw your whole plan off. Retiring even 5 years sooner than expected can cost you hundreds of thousands of dollars in extra savings. You lose those extra years of income and growth. Plus, Social Security takes a hit if you claim early. And if you retire below the age of 65, well, then you're on the hook for healthcare before Medicare kicks in. It's that combination, less savings, smaller benefits, higher costs, that really stacks up and makes retirement feel a lot tighter than people expect. So that gap matters. But just as important are the key age milestones. Hitting them at the right time can seriously impact your financial security in retirement. There are some key ages that really shape how your retirement money works. For example, if you leave your job at 55, you can tap into your 401k without the usual early withdrawal penalty, which surprises a lot of people. At 59 and a half, you unlock your access to all of your retirement accounts penalty-free. And then you've got from age 62 to 67, that's when Social Security decisions come into play. Claiming at 62 gives you less permanently, but if you can wait, every year adds up. In fact, holding on until 70 can boost your benefit by more than 30% compared to claiming at full retirement age. So these are age milestones. They're not just numbers. They can either open doors for you or maybe trip you up a little bit. So if you retire before you're 59 and a half and you don't have the right strategy in place, you could get hit with a steep tax penalty on your withdrawals. But on the flip side, hitting 65 and becoming eligible for Medicare, well, that can take a big weight off of your healthcare costs. But then again, at 73 or age 75, depending upon your birthday, those required minimum distributions kick in, and then you'll have to start pulling money from your accounts, whether you need it or not. And so all of these timing rules layer together, and that's what makes retirement planning feel a bit like a puzzle. You really need a strategy to make it all fit. So these age milestones, they create important planning considerations, but the savings requirements at different ages, well, that reveals an even more compelling story. So when it comes to how much you need to retire, your retirement age makes a big difference. So let's say that you want a $60,000 a year income in retirement. Well, if you retire at 62, you'll need around $947,000 saved to make that work. But if you wait until 66, your savings needs to drop slightly to about $938,000. Now, keep in mind, inflation's in the mix too, so that $60,000 need actually becomes $67,000 by age 66 and over $76,000 by the time you're 70. But still, by 70, you'd only need about $907,000 saved to be able to hit that income mark that you set for yourself. So that difference is only about $40,000, and it might not seem like a huge amount on paper, but when you combine it with a shorter retirement window, a higher Social Security benefit, it can really open up some doors that help people who feel like they're a little bit behind. What makes this savings gap so powerful is how everything stacks up. So every extra year that you work, it does two big things. It adds more to your savings and it shortens the number of years that you'll need to live off of that money. On top of that, delaying retirement means bigger Social Security checks, which takes the pressure off of your other personal savings. And these aren't small wins. They compound. And when you look at it all together, the impact of just working a few more years, it could be pretty big. So now that you've seen how timing, savings, and strategy all come together, the next step might be figuring out what that means for you in your unique situation. So be sure to head down to the description and check out my free training. I walk you through how we help people to find the retirement age that actually fits your life and your finances. Another piece of the puzzle that doesn't get talked about enough is longevity. So how long you're going to live or how long you need your money to last. Your family health history and your own personal health are going to play a really big role here. If you retire at 62 and you end up living to 90, well, that's 28 years of retirement that you need to fund. But if you wait until 70, you're only planning for 20 years. So that 8-year difference might not sound like much, but financially it's huge. And the thing is, people are living longer thanks to better healthcare and medical breakthroughs. It's becoming more common to see 30-year retirements or even longer. And I hear a lot of people say to myself and to our team, hey, I'm not going to live that long. I doubt I need to plan until I'm 90. But here's the thing. What if you do? The challenge is that we just don't know. The uncertainty that brings makes planning tricky. It's not just about running numbers anymore. It's about building into some flexibility so that your plan can adapt no matter what life throws your way. So yeah, longevity definitely adds a layer of complexity, but there's a strategy that can help bridge that gap. So some people call it phased retirement. And for a lot of people, it's just that missing piece that makes the whole plan work. One of the smartest strategies that we have seen is this phased retirement. So instead of going from full-time work to zero overnight, it's more of a phased approach. So you can scale back your work gradually. So you're still earning income, but you've got less stress. And that makes a big difference. Part-time work during those transition years doesn't just help you out financially. It also kind of gives you a sense of purpose and structure too. Plus, staying in the workplace a little bit longer gives your Social Security more time to grow. And that means that you're not dipping into your savings as quickly. So it's a great way to strike a balance between freedom and financial stability. And honestly, easing into retirement this way, it's not just smart financially, it's better for your mindset too. Going from all work to no work can be a tough adjustment. But with a gradual shift, you stay connected, you stay sharp, and you still enjoy more of your time. You reduce the financial pressure without giving up your lifestyle. So that balance of money, meaning, and your downtime is what makes this approach so enjoyable. We always have several families phasing into retirement at any given time, and it's very fun for us to hear how people are exploring new things in their downtime. So now that you've seen how your retirement age can shape everything from income to lifestyle, let's talk about how you can actually put this into action for your own plan. Finding your ideal retirement age isn't something you want to leave to chance. Ideally, you want to start having these conversations with a financial advisor at least 10 years before you plan to retire. That gives you time to run different scenarios, look at what your plan would look like if you retired at 62 or 65 or even 70. And from there, you can tweak your savings rate or adjust your investments to better align with your target. And that kind of advanced planning doesn't just help you retire, it helps you retire with confidence no matter what age you choose. But even with a solid plan, things can change. So you want to build in flexibility. That way, if you have to retire earlier than expected, your strategy can still hold up. You also want to keep your skills sharp so that you're marketable and you have options if you have to work a little bit longer. And you want to build multiple income streams if possible. In addition to your Social Security, of course, and maybe it's investments, maybe it's part-time work or rental income, because the more sources you have, the more resilient your plan becomes. And most importantly, you want to think in layers, not lines. Retirement isn't a fixed date. It's a series of moving parts that need to adapt as your life does. So now you can see there's no one-size-fits-all answer when it comes to perfect retirement ages. It really depends on your financial situation, your health, and the kind of lifestyle that you want to live. The good news is that when you understand how all those pieces fit together, you can make a confident, informed decision that's right for you. If you want to learn how we help people to retire with calmness and clarity, take a look at my free training linked below in the description. I'll walk you through our process for helping you to align your timing with both your finances and your lifestyle goals. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.